And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, yet another former player coming out and saying how it is that Ibrox is the most intimidating atmosphere in all of football. Now, you can listen to people like Wayne Rooney, whilst I don't agree with his sentiment with regard to Celtic. For time and time again, over the years, we've been told that Celtic is the greatest atmosphere in world football. But every single time I hear sort of ex-pros come out, they actually choose Ibrox and say Ibrox is the most ferocious place that they played, Gary Neville being one of those as well. And we've got one of his former teammates coming out and saying how it is, this time Wayne Rooney, who actually didn't have really nice things to say about Rangers necessarily, as he's on the other side of Glasgow. But regardless, Celtic Park is a myth, ladies and gentlemen. Ibrox is where it's at. Ibrox is where the greatest atmosphere is in all of British football, if not the world. Let's have a listen to what Wayne Rooney said, guys. But first, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more.
Okay, let's move on to your most hostile ground.
I'd say Rangers. Rangers away in 2010.
Why is that?
I think it was. Well, I played there for Everton in a pre-season game. And I'm a big Celtic fan. And then I went to Ibrox to watch the Old Firm, to watch Celtic there. So I sat in the Celtic end. So I think they obviously were aware of that as well. And so when we went in 2010, they battered me. I'd come off. After, it was not long, I think, after I'd asked to leave Manchester United, and then I'd signed. So I was under pressure as well to perform and for United again. And then we got a penalty. So I've scored it and went off celebrating. But yeah, it was a real hostile performance.
Were you expecting
I felt it against me. Normally you feel it against the team, but I felt it against me.
What was your celebration?
I ran off and just like slid and laid on my back.
Were you expecting that hostile atmosphere when you went there?
Yeah.
You knew you'd annoyed them.
Yeah. Because I was getting it was back then. It was when I was using Twitter quite a bit as well, and I was getting hammered on Twitter.
Oh, those are the good old days.
And all
You need
that.
to get back on, man.
And all that. So so I was expecting it, but still, when you get there and the stadium again, that you go in, there's like the brick around the stadium, and
this was like Scottish football. I mean, people look at Scottish football now and they have like a certain view of it, but at the time, they were still quite competitive in Europe.
Yeah, Rangers, Celtic in particular. Yeah, no, and listen, I think it's well known. What I've put out there that I'm a Celtic fan, and it's probably one of my regrets not playing for Celtic at some point.
Really?
Really? Yeah. Interesting. Okay, your most iconic ground?
It has to be the Bernabeu.
Well, look, listen, let's be perfectly honest there. I mean, great flattery in terms of the atmosphere. Yes, we'll take that. But the bit there at the back end, the individual doesn't know anything about football outside of the Premier League. Not saying Wayne, but that presenter, he's like, oh, that's when Scottish teams were competitive. Guys, 2022, we were in the Europa League final, the same place that Manchester United got to last year. And more to the point, and then Wayne goes, oh yeah, well, Celtic in particular. Celtic haven't won a knockout game in, 22 years? I think yesterday it marked. And we got to a Europa League final in 2008 in Manchester. So, I mean, they don't know what they're on about, really. It's us who have always flown the flag for Scotland in Europe. But regardless, another former pro saying how it is about Rangers and Ibrox in particular being the best atmosphere in world football, or at least the most intimidating. In other news, Rangers have reportedly entered discussions with Spurs over a permanent move for Mikey Moore, as the Ibrox hierarchy look to get their summer business underway early and decisively. The 18-year-old forward, who arrived in Glasgow on loan last summer, has grown in stature over the course of the campaign and is now the subject of talks regarding a pre-agreement that could see him remain in Glasgow beyond the current seasons. Reports suggest that Spurs would be prepared to sanction a sale under certain conditions, with the player's willingness to continue his development in Scotland also a key factor. Conversations are understood to be ongoing, with Rangers keen to secure clarity before the upcoming transfer window formally opens. Any agreement is likely to be structured carefully, with the North London club expected to insist on protective clauses, including a significant sell-on percentage and first refusal on any future transfer, in order to safeguard their long-term interest in one of their brightest academy exports. From a Rangers perspective, the logic is straightforward. Moore has emerged as one of the side's most inventive and dynamic attacking outlets during a season that has required resilience and reinvention. At times when the team have struggled for fluency in the final third, the teenager has carried the creative burden, driving at defenders, committing bodies, and injecting urgency into stagnant passages of play. His impact was underlined on 22nd February at Almondvale, when Rangers clawed their way back from 2 goals down to secure a 2-2 draw against Livingston. Moore played a central role in that comeback, demonstrating composure beyond his years and reinforcing the growing belief among supporters that he is capable of shaping big moments. Statistically, his contribution stands up to scrutiny. Across 23 appearances in the Scottish Premiership this season, Moore has scored 5 goals and provided 2 assists. He is averaging 0.8 shots on target per match and has created 4 big chances, highlighting both his willingness to take responsibility in front of goal and his vision in unlocking defences. Beyond raw output, his all-round numbers illustrate a player developing into a complete wide forward. He has completed 44% of his dribbles at an average of 1.3 successful take-ons per game, while also contributing defensively with 0.7 tackles, 3.5 ball recoveries, and 3 duels won per match. For a teenager adapting to the physical demands of Scottish football, those metrics point to maturity and tactical discipline. Head coach Danny Rowe has at times wrestled with extracting consistency from his attacking unit, but Moore has frequently been the catalyst for momentum shifts. His directness and unpredictability have provided balance to a front line that has otherwise undergone rotation and refinement. In that sense, securing him permanently would offer not only quality but continuity, a vital commodity for a manager seeking to build a coherent, title-challenging structure after inheriting a squad that had previously looked adrift. The potential ramifications extend beyond Moore himself. His cemented place in the starting 11 inevitably alters the pecking order, and that may influence strategic decisions elsewhere. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.